Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Disgaea. So I looked at a strategy guide and it did confirm that there were 13 episodes or thereabout, at least 13 episodes in this game that I imagine pretty much break down to 13 separate areas here. There's way more than 3 bosses, so I don't know why none of the other bosses are voiced. Um, but or at least not mentioned in the credits that we saw. The seemingly best way to actually grind and level up, which is insane, is doing the item worlds, which we got almost through one of those. Uh, but there are at least some final characters that are at level 4000, so there's no joke there. The only thing that I think potentially could um, um, so we had Vrars here added, but he is like the next character. Um, so that just unlocked Vrars Castle. Without doing any of the DLC or the tutorial stuff, which maybe at a certain level there was a reason there that we didn't need to potentially go through the whole thing. There's a problem though with this game, other than the fact that I'm just not the type of person to really be playing this kind of game. It's like we've got a ridiculous amount of mana after doing the first tutorial, so maybe that would let me summon a new character, but you need 100 mana to make a proposal, and let's see, I guess warrior would be the next one. Still can really only make an incompetent warrior. Ideally, what you would want here is a character probably named called like this, and then you would create that character, and then that would be the only warrior character you could ever create. There should be no reason now to be able to recruit anything like that. And instead, there should be a second tier setup here where you would then upgrade your current characters. Then you would have a normal cast of characters, as you would have seen in almost any other RPG, even during the time that this game came out. You would have always had like a healer character that would have been a named person in a Final Fantasy game, and everybody would know that character, and then you could advertise that character and the look of that character. Instead of it all just being so random that like there really is no difference between Laharl or Etna and Faith, who is just a character we made up, or Emma or Clive, who we just made. Like, there's and so that is one of many things that is just slowing down this whole process to a ridiculous level. See, we get a bonus rank of 1, I guess now. And I guess maybe we can't do any of the other tutorial practice maps, or we didn't play through that. So it really does put you in this weird position where you are like really stuck here, and you're never going to move further. That's an important factor to take in on this, is that there will never be a scenario where your character has more movement. It'll always be a scenario where your characters oops. Um, where your characters will just get stronger, if anything. Let's see. Can she move further? Yes, she can. So she can lift that. She can throw it. There. Let's see if we can move her now back to this position. And attack that. And then move character that way. Move a character that way. Go ahead and have that one attack too. Move a character this way. There is a problem just here though. Like, it's ridiculous to even try and dance around this. I don't think I'm going to make another episode covering this game. There's too much grinding. I could see myself playing an RPG game if it was more action based. I can see myself playing a strategic placement game like along the lines of something like the let's see how that works. Yeah, I can see XCOM, a game like XCOM or something like that, and trying that. But the only fascinating part of this game is also the incredible slow part here, where you're trying to potentially checkmate somebody in one move, and it's just not really going to happen. And I do think probably if you die and you loop through, you probably will get more experience. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually get more experience just based on some of your character's total level anyways. But even in this grindiness, you're seeing there's just a lot of effort you have to put into that, and a lot of pretty bad grindiness. These characters will stay the same level, so your every single level after a certain point just becomes a increased difficulty spike. Let's move that, and then attack that one, I guess, and then move that, and we'll just keep on moving characters as close as possible. I'm trying to see if there's a possible multiple combo one can have as a long line of characters. I imagine the answer to that is probably no. This one probably can attack. Nope. Well, since it can't attack there, we'll do that and attack there. Just a ton of movement. Just way too much setup. And see, I could see making a game where you have two brawlers here next to each other, and they synergize because they're the same class, but there really is just too many classes. There's just too many characters in general. Even just having a gendered version of each character. Let's just keep moving forward. Let's see. And then I've really not moved anywhere as far as understanding the special abilities or the finer details of the RPG elements. These games, from my perspective, are just too old. They just started that whole animation off screen. Like, they just don't work anymore. Now we have counter, counter, and counter. And win. Like, they really are just missing far too much. Far too many little optimizations. It is also showing that there is a level here of which video game anime art style doesn't save the day. There's a potential thought, certainly, that you would be able to just have a cutesy, like, collectible character in the form of the dudes, the penguins, and certainly I know that they desperately wanted that to be in a beloved character that everybody would want to buy collectibles from. But you could also very easily say the reason the dudes exist is because they didn't want to animate more monsters, and other RPG games definitely would have had monsters animated. This is very much feels like a board game, like Mousetrap, where you are spending all of your time setting up the board and the pieces, and then there's not really even 20 minutes of actual entertaining experiences to have. And the more animations you trigger in something like this, the more you have to watch those animations, unless you go into the menu and turn them off, which I'm not sure you can do that. I was gonna have the dude attack, and they didn't do that, so I dropped the ball there. Stand on that. Stand right there. And you very well may be in a situation where you don't really struggle with doing the level right before the next level, but then the numbers get crazy. It's not an exaggeration to say that there is a 4,000 level character, and there must be some systems that aren't being fully explained. Defend. Defend. Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of run out of things to even say. Yeah. This is the kind of RPG that I don't want to play. The good news is, looking at the price for Disgaea 1 on PC at the moment, it's on sale for like $2, so I'm hoping I only paid $2 to learn this lesson, it definitely, it may have been a waste of $2 in the case for me, but it also teaches me a lot that lets me eliminate other games from my wish list, which is often extremely, extremely helpful. I now know that I wouldn't want to play any of the other Disgaea games, so I removed all those Disgaea games which were pre-approved on my wish list by me. And that is a thing to be happy about when you learn something new about yourself and you're able to adjust. Otherwise, I would have very potentially purchased Disgaea 2 next time there was a Steam sale before having played Disgaea 1. Because the anime art style, like, it does attract me a lot for games, but a lot of times they aren't anywhere as impressive, and sometimes they're used as a crutch. Like, there's plenty of anime TV series out there, and I imagine mangas also every season, that go with very heavy visuals to try and appeal to a lot of different people, but really don't have a level of quality as far as the actual other elements. Let's see. Making this character not move. Might add an intern. This story also goes in a few different directions, as you may notice, that with guns and cannons and all kinds of weapons, chainsaws, at least implied, where had they kept it a little bit more contrived to this is a fantasy universe, and thus as a fantasy universe, well, if I was gonna throw this, yeah, it didn't do anything. So you were gonna move those crystals and try and get them to the starting position, you'd actually have to work very hard at that. That wouldn't actually work. I feel like I'm definitely missing something here, though. I definitely feel like I'm missing something. That the idea that you really are supposed to just grind through all of this and get enough golds to potentially buy more weapons and things for each character. Let's see. Witch's Staff. Try on. Who could we give this to? Where would be a full improvement? That character? How about this one? Would that be an improvement? Sure. Battle Axe. Who can get a Battle Axe and get a full improvement? Because that's really the only way I would play with any of these items. There's just so many numbers. So many numbers for no real good reason. Like, this really feels a lot like Dungeons and Dragons. Just not in any way something that I'd ever want to engage in. That one's full positive. Now maybe equipping a couple of characters, but I'm probably also ignoring a few characters. So Knight's Lance. Double slap. Is double slap for monsters? Well, it's a full upgrade for Laharl. Sell. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe try some of the items on that we didn't have equipped. Like, could I put a common sword on these guys? Alright, common spear. Would a common spear possibly improve? See, if you want to just test the common spear though, you're going to have to select it against every single character. Which, frankly, it doesn't feel like that's probably useful at all. So let's just sell everything. Thieves only, stealing hands to steal items, which we haven't seen any evidence that the stealing of items is a smart move at all. Let's just sell things based on their price. That might not be a terrible idea. See, that could save you a little bit of room. And then all kinds of other items, certainly, that you would want to try and equip. Bulletproof vest, which you can't afford, can't afford, can't afford. I can get like one protector. To increase the defense. Which probably this is what I should have been doing anyways. Is just increasing the defense of characters. So, yeah. Probably the trick here is to sell all of those and then buy protectors for everybody. So at least one person is, at least one character has a protector always. At least they have something equipped. Let's see, then you're out of money again. And yeah, if this was like a Pokemon game, you didn't have the benefit of something like Pokemon really really changing up the whole experience with the unique, interesting characters. But scratch claw and paw claw. Everybody's equipped with something, right? I can't equip that. Rearrange by level. Humanoids first. Monsters first. Yeah, and we've only been going like 26 minutes, but I'm like, really? I'm having a hard time finding anything here that I want to engage with. We have a prize we can claim. That item that we just got was a common orb. Magic users who want to accessorize. Right, so Faith is maybe a magic user. Increases her resistance. Alright. Remember, these items have like weird second pages where they're supposed to be for marksmen, teachers. So there's a whole bunch of different stats here that I just don't feel like they add anything to the game. I wonder if I come back and talk to all these people, maybe they'll give me something different. Let's see, I didn't really want to hit A and go through all this. So here's an interesting question. As far as music, we've heard 3 songs. No, actually we've heard a considerable amount of songs, but this is like crazy, the price. That just insane amount of money. Probably because they want you to wait, you're gonna end up grinding for that amount of money. Just talking to everybody. Just to make sure. Still never figured out what that switch did. Still nothing different here. Crazy that there's just like two rooms that mean absolutely nothing. There's no little secret areas as far as I can tell. There's kind of nothing in this hub world at all. So you're trapped between you're trapped between the idea of okay. Gonna put that there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring out this character and have her attack that one. And then Etna can go here. And I hope she can attack something. Nope, she can't, so we'll just move her here. This was the level where it really started to break me too, with the terrible empty spots. Let's see. There. I'm not even sure what class Etna is. She's class vassal. And okay. Attack that. Attack that. Go. Still didn't do a massive amount of damage there. And I guess you do have to move the characters off the platform, so you don't want them taking up a space. Then end of turn. And this was also the level where it started to really get kind of crazy, because you started to have some real challenge. And you can see on the second playthrough, at least so far, we're not really having real challenge. Here. And then move that there. Attack that one. Attack that one. You start making your way this way. It's special, I guess we could. Like, he has a different special attack now. That must very much be based on whatever item he has. Didn't realize that was the case. I'm gonna move this guy back. And they don't even have the angle where I would like the angle to be for these characters. That one can't move any further. Probably would make more sense to move this guy here and then have him attack. And we'll move this one here so that we have like 3 dudes. Alright. So I think that's actually the best we can do. And see, that got us a chain. But I don't think that chain really did much for us. And see, this might be the point where we start to realize we are going to take more damage again. Let's see. Move this to this position. Move this to this position. that character, hit that character. You go ahead and probably just hang out somewhere around there. And then seems like we can't really even get too far because we put so many characters in the corner trying to destroy crystals. Just have to gang up on some of these characters, really, with a ridiculous amount of people because of the inconsistency of the level, the inconsistency of the damage. Let's see. Move. Gonna go ahead and move this character. Seemingly, best I can do is move him out of the way. And then attack that and attack that. And then still have to kill that character who's just in the water. I probably should have been pushing this character forward. And pushing other characters forward. We've totally locked out some characters too. Like, there definitely are some creatures that we recruited that just don't hit the limit of 9 or 10 characters on the screen. Yeah, but the first time we played this, a lot of people died. This time, we're gonna be able to actually get rid of the characters, I think, without any real trouble. I think. Could be wrong. Of course, it might behoove you to just move all your characters back into play because you don't want to screw up. It might even make sense to try and bring in the dudes. The bonus gauge gives you more money. Theoretically, getting more money improves your items. Coming over here and healing everybody doesn't cost that much. Talking to each of these characters and trying to equip another piece of armor makes sense. The customer ranked up, which does that mean now we could get more expensive items? Maybe it just means that the prices go down. And I imagine that is certainly how some of this goes. Yeah, we've lost characters. We've definitely lost characters that are not on our team. We crafted characters, and then if they're not here, let's see. There's a small number of characters even here that have mana. 20, 78. Still can't create a senator list. 50. So what happened? Because we created like a red mage, a green mage, and a blue mage. We totally did. Red skull, green skull characters. And they just disappeared. And we created all of those. And then we created these characters after that, and we have them. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not gonna worry about it too much either, because I already said I'm not gonna really play this game anymore. It has failed to find a hook that actually interests me. Even if I am actually capable of winning this time. Oops.
How rude! But
I meant to hit Y to skip the story.
Forgive moi. My name is
Vyers?
I am an aristocrat that
Yeah, and in all fairness, if you told me that there was a like directed DVD 30-minute Disgaea anime, which there might very well be that, something like that, I'd be willing to probably sit through it for 30 minutes to an hour. I don't think I could even bother to stick with these characters for 2 hours, though.
Looks like you heard
It's just like the people really need to love this gameplay before they could even care about the characters. And since I don't, alright. Let's go ahead and have this character attack there. That character can attack that one. There is a level of understanding, I think, that needs to be mentioned, that once you beat this boss, he gets replaced with a substitute character, and that's true for all bosses. So that should be taken into consideration. I don't think it really matters much, but it might matter to some people. Putting a healer and having a healer in general is seemingly kind of pointless. There's no good reason to not bring out every character you can. Staying back is almost certainly not the right move. But see, this really gets very similar to... Didn't realize this character could angle that way. Alright, well then let's put that character here. And then have it attack that one. Then let's take that character. And... oh, can't do anything with that character. Like, when you're playing something like Magic the Gathering, or there were definitely a lot of times when you would play against people, or you would create a scenario yourself. Wow, 0 damage. Miss. We've got a ridiculous amount of defense. Enemy boost 3 times. Times 3. So I just set myself up for failure pretty well. But yeah, you definitely have scenarios where our characters would literally where you'd play against players, and in one turn they'd do this long 10-15 minute long combo of cards, and you couldn't really do anything about it. That's what each turn here feels like. And then the enemies fairly nicely don't have that problem, but there's still seemingly no solution. Attack that geo symbol. Get that geo symbol going. See, I was expecting significant improvements there, and I am now shocked. Literally shocked by a lack of ability to do anything. Hit that geo symbol. This guy needs to move. He probably needs to move back, if anything, but whatever. We'll see if we can. Well, why does he not want to move? Oh, I think the game may have glitched here. On top of everything else, we may just have a straight glitch. There we go. Right. Special heal. Heal that character. Yeah, this guy is either stun locked or something, because he's just got no options. But he's not dead. Like, you just got a lot of characters here that are totally, like, missing any ability to be defeated. I feel like I'm very well gonna just lose again, and if I do, I'm not gonna bother to sit through the credits a second time. Alright, they don't have any specials, right? You can't lift anything, can you? He doesn't want to move. He's stun locked. Maybe we'll just move over that way. Oh, that's I can't move that guy because that was a bad guy. Oh. Well, that explains a lot. Well, that also goes to show how just easy it is to get confused and messed up in a game like this. Let's see. Check that geo symbol. Yeah, the only thing that's gonna save the day here is if I manage to destroy a geo symbol fairly quickly. And my path is now blocked off completely. Now, do I want to potentially move this way and go forward? Probably. It probably is some wiser move. It's not. We've lost people, so it would be nice if we could bring about some new people. You can see mid-boss is not bothered to move at all. It's just a lot of people. Okay. Attack that. Attack that. Can't. Start maybe moving backwards here. Alright, what else do we have? Special. How much SP do we have? Blazing Knuckle. Okay. See what Blazing Knuckle does. See, yeah, this is just another example of how they try really hard to overly animate this, but the core conceit of the game still just falls flat. Like, if you don't like what you're seeing, and frankly I don't like what I'm seeing, then no amount of visual polish fixes anything. Let's see. Boggy drop. Let's try that. We haven't even been really using the special stuff. Now we just need the dude to... See, maybe I could throw a dude. Special. Do I have enough SP to do that again? Yes, I do. Do I want to potentially move myself here? I mean, it kind of feels like almost any area would do a decent amount of damage. Usagi being Japanese word for bunny. That's what Sailor Moon's name was. And they didn't translate her name literally to bunny. Interesting, that didn't seem like that did much damage to anybody else. Let's see, if I had a decent healer at this point, maybe I could use the healer to bring back my main character, y'all. See, well, we may die here. Anyways. Because if I sit through this and I go any further, I'm just gonna die. So, and then we'll have to go through the credits anyway, so I'm gonna choose not to go that route. Well, you know what? We'll just see how this plays. Special, soggy drop. Can't hit those two. No special, so attack that one. And move there. So, kinda took everybody out. We got much closer. We're being left with mid-boss at a level 6, and Sherry at a level 4, and Elfin at a level 3. But there's no other characters. But there's also no other way to like grind here. It's just gonna be, we're gonna die, then the credits will start playing again, and we'll wrap up, and in the recording, like, yeah, this definitely feels like one of these series where I would call this, by new standards, my standard rage quit. Like, I'm not particularly that rageous of a person, but that is the phrase that people use, and I think it makes as much sense as anything else. Triple bullet, interesting. Can you do triple bullet here? No. Okay. Let's see, can we lift? Oh yeah, I forgot we could lift characters. That was a whole thing, wasn't it? Yeah, so we could have been lifting characters so they couldn't move, and that might have made a better start. But yep. Yeah, I can't say I'm like really mad at this game or anything. I came into it knowing that this was going to be an experiment, and one valid outcome of an experiment is always that you're going to find out that you actually don't like the... I wonder if she could use an item. Like, she just leveled up. Wow, if I could actually do something. And see, there's a level bonuses here that give you more drops. So they definitely do want you to play the levels multiple times. Alright, what's my health? HP 50 out of this. How much does this recover? I have no idea. Recovers 40. Alright. So you use an item, you can move, you probably can't attack at the end of that. Okay. How many SP do I have? None. Could I use an item to recover SP? Yes, I could have. It would have been 15 HP and 7 SP. Might as well try it. It's not like I'm gonna play the game any further after this. Turn 10 feels like at the end of turn 10 you should probably, in a game like this, just admit that you're gonna have to just end it there and say you didn't win, but you didn't lose either, that it was just a tie. Well, we made it. Thank goodness. I got lucky there.
I have underestimated your skill. I took you for but a child. But that was an error in judgment. I am too kind-hearted.
Liar! You were serious just now. How pathetic. Nothing's worse than a sore loser.
What repulsive little brats you are!
None of these characters are that interesting.
I shall come to return the favor, so do not forget moi!
All right, let's collect the spoils and head home.
Prince, I'm going to the bathroom, okay?
Is Etna running away with all the gold I want under? Maybe. Maybe she was just a tutorial character. There's a big issue if she definitely runs away. There's also, I suppose, some weirdness of demons having to go to the bathroom, but alright.
Master Etna ran away. Which means, dude, we're gonna have to carry all this?
Oh, she just ran away so she didn't have to carry things.
We're Master Etna's vassals, not the prince's.
Yeah, so if we lost Etna and the dudes, wow, 4 characters would be gone.
Vassals are my vassals. And my vassals do what I say. Now get to work. Dude!
Now, it's only until next red moon, right?
Now we have this big cis preemie character out of nowhere.
I guess you're right, dude. I'll get to work.
So I guess they're maybe hinting at a preemie revolt. I know there's been some spin-off games.
No, he doesn't suspect a thing.
And here we have Etna with a different art style. Again, I can't say I hate the small stomachs and lots of belly showing, but it does feel a little weird, even by anime standards.
I see, but still, how did he survive after drinking that potion?
So she poisoned him.
If he fully recovers, this will become a difficult task.
Don't worry. If you leave it to me, the throne will be yours.
Are you sure you can deliver on that promise?
So we're having a lot of palace intrigue implied here.
Yes.
But we kind of knew there was going to be
In exchange.
some of that.
I know. When I reign supreme as the Overlord, I shall return it to you.
Here we have clearly a vampire she's working with. And there you have her drawn as kind of sad. See, the problem here is, unlike the Shantae games, which their platforming got too difficult after playing the main game and was somewhat difficult in a few sections in the first playthrough in the main game. The Shantae series, though, had a lot more action and a lot more variety. And that's really saying a lot because the Shantae games aren't really that varied. This game in particular is just incredibly bare bones. So we made it past episode 1. And I will tell you some statistics here. 39% roughly on Steam got the first achievement of beating episode 1. So more than half.
I'm not dead. So long, Prince. Your humble vassal Etna will put your money and power to good use.
This is funny.
You're one scary girl.
Next on Hyperdimensional Demon Gal Etna, Episode 2, The Birth of Queen Etna.
See, that's definitely a reference to
Era of the Netherworld
anime
begins.
inspired.
You're delusional.
Yeah. And see, that does kind of just go and point out that this is from a creator that probably did want to make an anime instead of uh, Celestia, a world where beings known as angels live. The Netherworld, Celestia, and the human world, legend has it that the worlds are connected. So now, this is one of such nexuses between the Netherworld and Celestia. However, it is sealed by a gate constructed by the angels of ancient times. I'm having to read this out loud because it's not voiced, which makes me suspect that a decent amount of the game going forward will just increasingly not be voiced.
Did you send for me, Master Lamington?
And so here we have a cute angel character that I believe is one of the characters highlighted and shown on the thumbnail for the game. And over half of the players would have not made it to this point. It is generally average, generally known that on average less than half of the players that play a game beat a game, but there is a big difference between beating episode 1 of I think over 13 episodes really, and beating the entirety of the game.
Yes, I did.
We have Seraph, who I imagine he won't be such of a character in the story, because if you look at his style, which he's animated, there's a little less care done to it. There's no skin showing in it at all besides his face. The outfit is not as frilly and fashionable.
Here, Flonne.
And
Flowers are in full bloom.
in general, we know that anime characters like the animators like to draw anime characters as shorter, younger looking, if you want to take it that way, or just less human, short and cute.
How beautiful!
I think the Japanese take the chibi art style and the smaller art styles, the moe art style, which moe would be the more accurate description, I imagine, as a small and cute indication more than an age indication. Particularly in this case, you're going to have the standard instance in which all these characters are going to be potentially hundreds of years old, so age will be very random.
Flonne, listen carefully to what I have to say.
Yes?
As Seraph, I have orders for you, Angel Trainee Flonne. Go to the Netherworld and assassinate the Overlord King Krichevskoy.
Wow, he's sending her on a suicide mission.
Huh?
Episode 2, Enter Flonne.
Well, I'm here at the Overlord's castle.
So she's either going to show up too late, and the Seraph already knew that and was just trying to get rid of her. That way, if she does come back, he can just banish her for failing at a mission to kill someone who's already killed. But yeah, I'm really wondering here, are we gonna get?
Why the Seraph picked me, though. Master Volcano
Is this gonna change the game somehow?
Not only that, but an assassination. What is the Seraph thinking?
Master Lamington! Master Lamington, are you here?
Here we have a stern angel.
Why all the ruckus, Volcanus? You scared the birds away.
Who cares about the birds? I have an important question. Is it true that you sent Flonne to assassinate King Krichevskoy?
Yes, it is true.
What did you do that for? King Krichevskoy is the ruler of that abominable, dirty, rotten Netherworld. If you wanted him assassinated, it would have made more sense to send me.
So this is Volcanus.
Instead, you picked that angel trainee. You think too highly of her. I am very aggravated by this.
That is exactly why you are not fit for this task. Besides, this is something that only Flonne can accomplish.
Whoosh!
They didn't say how the king died, so maybe she does actually kill him. I don't know what nin 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 means. Maybe just making sound effects and pretending to be like she's a spy.
What do they call those guys in the human world? Oh yes, ninjas.
Oh yeah,
I
nin.
always wanted to be one. Maybe I have potential. Nin nin. But still, is it all right for me to be doing this? The angels all say that demons are evil, but are they really? It doesn't seem fair to judge somebody based on rumors alone, even if it's the Seraph's orders.
This feels
I don't
so
feel right
so
assassinating
focused
somebody I
at
don't
kids. Looking at the story again,
know. I
and
mean, it's all right to assassinate somebody I do know.
like, how could this be a
That
kids
seems wrong,
game
too.
when it's so difficult? Like, and when you have like competition, like
Can't kill acquaintances
Pokemon,
either.
where Pokemon's
Which
way
means-
more easier
Oh.
and less grindy. I have no idea what the target audience even is, and I don't know if the creators of these games
Talking to yourself.
knew who their target audience really was either.
Ow! What the heck did you do that for?
Oh, I'm sorry. You scared me, so I accidentally. Huh? Is he a demon? There are demons this young? I didn't know that.
So who are you?
Me? Nice to meet you. I'm an assassin. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that.
You're pretty dense, aren't you?
My, how rude! Calling
Suppose
someone
it's
this
worth
dense.
worth mentioning that yeah, all these animations have been redone for the cutscenes,
Think an
and
assassin that tries to
it
kill
just
someone
makes
in
the
street
rest
is a
of the
lot rude.
original game stand out as not being polished, just since it's
I
so old.
apologize.
Is she really an assassin?
It looks like I failed this time, so I guess I'll be leaving now.
Even does a Japanese deep bow.
Take care.
Hey, wait! Someone, get in here now!
Why are you yelling at this time of night?
So Etna's did come
you
back,
have a night meal?
or this happened at a different time.
No, you fool! An assassin has infiltrated the castle!
Huh?
What happened to the Frinnies that were supposed to be on patrol?
They've partied themselves to sleep.
Those idiots! I'm gonna smack them! Wake them up now! We've got an assassin to track down!
So does the game change here? Now? Are we in a completely different episode at a completely different time that happened while the king was still alive, or did something else happen? The switch still can't be pressed. We've got characters. Little bits of different dialogue. So, can we still buy music? Yeah. The music is still unlocked. We've got a little bit more gold than I think we did. Although maybe we got that from the level. Most of these... I'm just gonna skip through a lot of this. Need to visit the Dark Assembly. They put this guy in the corner, I think, specifically so you don't deal with him. All these records. Not gonna do anything with that. Saw her walking by here. You think she used the dimensional gate to escape? If so, why didn't you chase after her? That would require effort on my part. Let's see. Everybody's healed. So let's see if there's anything significantly different now available for purchase. Nope. Okay. So we have planar with 100. No sessions have been opened yet. So how do we summon a session? The Dark Assembly. Great proposals and for simple requests, the Assembly won't need to debate. For important ones, however, they'll need your approval. Alright. So I've just not had enough mana at all until this point to even potentially do something. Create a character. Let's see. Do we have any new characters? No? You'd think you might unlock something like that. So it's not until you get to like distinguished in which approval needs to happen. And apparently I can't do that because I would need thousands of mana. Wow. So the whole senator list thing is just nothing. It really does feel like there's just no game here. And then you get to here. Unfamiliar girl was just here to use the dimensional gate. Where'd she go? She wanted to go someplace where nobody could find her, so I sent her to the frozen river. Does revealing that information defeat the entire purpose of her escaping? So I imagine there's 2 or 3 columns of these different levels. So what's different here? You just have a different environment. It seems like you have pretty much the exact same enemies. There's 10 places to dispatch. And so I could just do this, I suppose. And has anything changed in this episode? No. Different music. Different character. Slightly different enemies. Still doing the exact same thing. Introducing a new character is not enough. It just is not enough to keep my attention, or I think most people's attention. And yeah, if you're just trying to sell this as a kid-friendly anime RPG game, you kind of in the West have dropped the ball as far as the being fully kid-friendly with all the midriff showing. You've dropped the ball completely, in my opinion, as far as the level of difficulty and the level of repetitiveness. in all fairness, the Pokemon RPG is extremely repetitive too. You are often just going from battle to battle to battle. But they have a lot of visuals and a lot of audios and a lot of tricks that they have implemented to not make that be as obvious as it might seem. Yeah. And if I was going to stay with this game and try to play more of it, undoubtedly this would just turn into a complete gripe fest. Like, I would just complain non-stop about pretty much everything. Every element that's even slightly lacking. Yep. Yeah, we are just going absolutely nowhere fast. And we are starting to see the level ups happen a little bit more often. I feel like I may have to run around in circles to defeat these characters, because I don't think they're gonna move. And see, that's the male elf character that totally looks like it's drawn as a female, which makes me question a few things there. Maybe they had intentionally wanted a scenario where there was two females, and then they thought, no, once they started adding voice sound files, they decided to switch the gender of a character. But yeah, inevitably we may die here on this level, and that may give us an interesting different credits. So you might have like a slightly different credits for slightly different, let's see, slightly different for each episode.
I can do it.
That just sounds really weird for the way it's drawn though. I cannot agree with that decision. Alright. What if we were to do a special soggy drop? Soggy drop. Move first. Go here. Then I can't do soggy drop, can I? There we go. You move that general direction. And then go ahead and attack that guy. Go ahead and attack that guy. Yeah, unless the bunny drop kills all three of them, which it did. I was definitely gonna lose. I think I kind of would prefer to actually lose here anyways, just to see how the credits would go. But I think whatever. Well, we need to call this. Like, we don't need to go another 20 minutes just to prove that I might be able to grind through this and I might be able to get levels up. These characters are leveling up faster than I thought they would, and they are getting mana faster than I thought they would. But I don't think it solves anything, really. It really doesn't. This guy's over here, so now we'd have to move all the way back this way. And there wasn't even a story to this. So we got some money. More money. Yeah. It's just disappointing. It's just really a disappointing experience. Like I can't see a way that I can wrap my brain around this game as it is, which is a 3-screen hub with what seems to be probably 100 puzzle battles that are only time consuming in the fact that they have not done a good job of balancing the experience. The only other thing you have is the item world. Move residence. Right. That and that. I don't know what this is even supposed to do. Mine residence. Can we... So apparently that combined some things and maybe made ABC gun instead of mint gum. So residents are the items, which we just don't have that many items. Let's see. If I was to buy mint gum, candy, garlic water, and then just buy a bunch of garbage. And then if I was to come over here and combine residents, right, can that combine when there are no residents with the same job? So literally there's not a single thing here that has the exact same ability. There's not a gladiator with a gladiator. Position. Yeah, so this whole system doesn't seem to actually open up the door to anything until you have a ridiculous amount of items. There's only so much more you could even buy. So you potentially have to pay close attention to what ability each of the characters have. The idea that each item has its own job and personality and monster inside of it doesn't go anywhere for this game either. Yeah. I'm just gonna save for no real reason. And we can see Planner is at 8 and leveling up faster than Laharl, probably because she beat the mid-boss. But yeah, there's nothing here. Sorry. There's just not a game here that I want to play. I've learned my lesson. In a weird way, I may very well try and play a different RPG, JRPG game that's more action-based, and I may very well find out that even that's not fast-paced enough. This may go all the way up the ladder as far as RPGs. This PS2 game may be the beginning of my discovery that while on the abstract from a far distance, I may like the concept of JRPGs. In reality, I may just not have the patience for them anymore, or maybe never had the patience for them, frankly. I'm not sure I played too many RPGs in the first place. Skyrim, I've played that. That's an RPG. Fallout 3, I played that, not for my channel, but I played it before I was a YouTuber. So I played those Western RPGs, and certainly I've played plenty of games that have RPG elements in them. And for instance, like the VAT system in Fallout, I found that perfectly fine. But this guy is very, very far from the VAT system, in the sense that you usually only select 2 or 3 actions in the VAT system at most, and every turn you are selecting potentially 10 actions in Disgaea. Well, that's going to be it for this series. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. If you want to support me further, there's a link to my playlist tab on YouTube where I have playlists for every game I've ever covered. Go check out that. Generally speaking, I beat, I think, probably 95% or higher of every game. I go from beginning to end. That is my goal, but some games like this, it's just not going to happen. And then if you want to support me even further, there's 2 ways to do that. You could either friend me on Steam and gift me either a gift card or a game off my wishlist, which I have removed all Disgaea games off my wishlist now because there's no reason to go down this way. In all fairness, if somebody told me that they had if Disgaea 6 came out and they said they've like completely changed the gameplay mechanics and it's way easier and it's much more Westerner friendly, but it still has the same feeling and anime character art style, then I might be willing to give that a try. But almost certainly, even in that case, unless they completely drastically change the gameplay style to the point where actual hardcore Disgaea fans would have felt betrayed, I just don't think this is the type of game for me. So yeah, you can either support me by friending me on Steam and gifting me a game, or there is a link to Patreon, which would be very appreciated if you would support me through that. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.